Well, welcome back, everyone, to yet another thrill-packed episode of Wine Down from Specs, brought to you by Nomacork for the very latest in cork closure technology. But today we have a very special friend of the house here. These guys brought us a brand of wines that is a family legacy, yet another family legacy from California. But terrific wines. You've got 3 different tier of wines here, and we're thrilled to introduce Steve Brutocao, one of the founders and owners of the company. And Steve, I'm very eager for you to share your story, your personal story across these 3 brands with our viewing audience. So
Sure.
Take it away.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Steve Brutocao, we're from Mendocino County, California. We've been growing grapes since 1943. My grandfather, Irv Bliss, bought the property back then, pretty much sight unseen, actually. And you can read all about that on the back label. But we were a grape grower primarily into the 70s, and in 1980 we made our first wine, put it out under Brutocao Cellars. Brutocao is a little bit difficult name to pronounce, but my dad is a proud Italian, and we said once they get it one time they'll remember it, and I think it's worked. Very small production through the 80s and 90s, mostly the Brutocao brand, and we started up the Bliss brand in about 2004. And so it's as a large grape grower with over 400 acres, we had a lot of grapes to pull from. And we felt like instead of selling those grapes, we would take what we felt were just our pride and joy and put them in a bottle. And hence the Bliss brand was created. So our Brutocao is our premium brand. We have 16 to 20 varietals of it. Our Bliss brand is really what we call our value brand. And it's the same fruit, it's the same grapes. It's made in a little bit different style, and it keeps it affordable. So it's nice to be able to present both products here today.
And both named after the family legacy.
Exactly.
It started in 1943.
Exactly. And you know, we're a family business, and much like Specs is, and we appreciate that. And it's, you know, my dad's not with us any longer, but my brothers and I kind of took over and run the place. Brother Len is our vineyard manager. Brother David is our director of winemaking, and I'm the guy that, you know, comes out here in the market and sells the wine and handles the administrative pieces of it. But it's a good team. We're, I think, a great team, actually, and we've got some great people working for us as well.
Well, boy, the combination certainly works because you've got real nice wines across the spectrum here. We're going to start here with the Brutocao Classic Chardonnay. So tell us about this.
So this is a wine we've been producing again since the 80s, and our style here is like with all of our wines. I think it's very approachable. This is 100% barrel fermented, but there's not a whole lot of new French oak, just enough to give it some nice creamy, oaky vanilla essences, but not overpower the wine. And so when you taste this, this will go with a lot of foods. We like to make our wines readily available and interesting to foods, not to overpower foods, but to complement foods. And you hear that a lot. That's how wines ought to be presented, we think. But that's really what we're trying to capture here.
Well, boy, you've hit balance there too. There's clearly oak in there, but it does not overpower the fruit by any means, and they're in beautiful balance. And at the end of the day, we sell a lot of Chardonnay around here.
I imagine.
And most of it's oaked.
Yeah.
To a certain extent.
Yeah.
And we try to make sure that it's balanced as nicely as this is. So
Thank you. Thank you.
This is a terrific balance.
I appreciate that. Yeah, that's what we're shooting for. There's, you know, we grow the grapes, and when you grow the grapes, you don't want to overpower the grapes with oak. I mean, French oak, American oak, great stuff. Use it sparingly. Use it to enhance the wine and showcase the fruit, and that's really what we're about. We're vineyard first. Grandpa's, like I said, 1943. So we're vineyard first, and put that vineyard in the bottle.
I think I've seen your commercial, We Are Farmers, something like that.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
us, exactly.
Well, that's terrific. And
Thank
it's got a big brother here, I see. Tell us about the Brutocao and a new trademark name here.
So Brutocao Quadriga is something, again, you know, very near and dear to our heart. Quadriga is a 4-horse chariot from ancient Rome, and in about 2002, 2003, we had 4 Italian varietals and not quite sure what to do with them. And we said, let's blend them together. And so we blended them together and made this wine that we just all loved. and we said, wow, that's pretty good. What are we going to call it? And we had no idea. And actually, a wine club member of ours named the wine for us, and he came up with Quadriga. So the grapes are Sangiovese, Primitivo, Dolcetto, Barbera, and what we like in this wine, again, it's a great food wine. When you taste this and you think about the Sangiovese, you can pull the Sangiovese out of the Primitivo, gives it some nice body. The Dolcetto at the back end gives it a little crisp, acidic, bright fruit essence. And again, we know this goes with food. We're food people too, and that's really been the public's response to it too.
This is delicious. This is just delicious, and it's not any one particular representative of any one of those particular varietals.
Exactly. And I think the unique thing about this, and we say this, is you'll never get a blend like this. In Italy, these regions where these grapes are grown are nowhere near each other. So the Italians are very specific to how they blend their wines, and they do it wonderfully. But we kind of went off the board here because these are the four we had, and we love them. And so we have a pretty unique blend here.
Well, you challenge us because with this blend, I can't relate a familiar flavor profile to our audience. So you're just going to have to come on in and buy a bottle of this and try it and enjoy it with anything that you like that goes with red wine. The Italian fare, I guess we eat a little red meat around here.
I had a little on this trip, yeah. It goes with barbecue. It goes with Italian fare. Clearly, it goes with steak. It's pretty universal.
Well, Steve, thank you so much for coming in and sharing your terrific wines and your terrific family story with us. We're a family company. We like great family stories, as yours is certainly one.
Thank you.
Come back and see us again. I'm Pat Kelly, signing off for now, but be sure to tune in for another thrill-packed episode of Wine Down at Specs. We'll see you then.